Welcome. Today, we're diving into good pharmacovigilance practices, guided by the expertise of Dr. S.K. Singh. We'll explore how careful monitoring and management of medicines can keep patients safe and improve healthcare outcomes. Let's get started on this important journey together. Let's start by exploring what good pharmacovigilance practices, or GVP, really mean. These are the essential steps and activities we use to keep a close eye on medicines, making sure we spot any adverse effects or problems early. The goal? Protecting patient safety, keeping the benefits of a drug greater than its risks, and making sure we meet all regulatory requirements. GVP covers every stage of a medicine's life, from development and approval, through to commercialization and ongoing monitoring after it's on the market. Let's take a look at the global regulatory framework that shapes how medicines are monitored and managed worldwide. Starting with the European Union, we have the GVP modules, developed by the European Medicines Agency to ensure safety and consistency. Then, there are the ICH guidelines, a set of international standards covering everything from clinical safety to data management. Key regulatory authorities include the FDA in the US, the UK's MHRA, India's CDSCO, and Japan's PMDA. Finally, the World Health Organization supports this framework through its International Drug Monitoring Program, tying it all together globally. Let's look at the core activities that keep pharmacovigilance running smoothly. First, we collect adverse events. That means gathering safety information from every possible source. Then, there's case processing, where each individual safety report is carefully assessed and documented. Next comes signal management, which helps us spot and evaluate new safety concerns early on. Risk management follows, focusing on minimizing risks and constantly monitoring the balance between benefits and harms. Finally, aggregate reporting brings it all together through regular safety evaluations and submissions to regulators. Let's talk about the Pharmacovigilance System Master File, or PSMF. This document gives a detailed picture of the pharmacovigilance system used by the marketing authorization holder. It covers everything from organizational structure and roles to computerized systems and standard operating procedures. It also includes quality management and how vendors are overseen. The key point, the PSMF isn't static. It must be kept up to date and always ready for inspection. Let's walk through the regulatory standard that guides our case workflow, known as ICH E2B, R3. It starts with case receipt, then moves to data entry, followed by a medical review. Next, we code the information using MedDRA, perform a quality check, and finally submit the case for regulatory review. At the heart of pharmacovigilance are 4 minimum criteria: an identifiable patient, a reporter we can contact, the suspected medicinal product, and the adverse event itself. These basics keep the system reliable and safe. When it comes to regulatory expectations, timely reporting is absolutely essential for good pharmacovigilance compliance. Different types of cases have specific deadlines we need to meet. Serious unexpected adverse drug reactions require reporting within 15 calendar days. Fatal or life-threatening cases demand immediate, expedited reporting. Follow-up information should be submitted as soon as it becomes available. For non-serious cases, the timelines vary depending on the region. Staying on top of these reporting timelines helps us meet regulatory standards and ensures patient safety. Now let's look at how calculation plays a role in reporting compliance. This example shows us the practical side, how data is gathered, processed, and then reported to meet specific standards. It's not just about numbers. It's about accuracy, transparency, and making sure everyone's on the same page. Reporting compliance keeps things honest and clear, and calculation is the engine that drives it. When it comes to monitoring safety, we start with signal sources, things like spontaneous reports, literature reviews, clinical trials, and safety databases. These sources feed into a process called signal management. It's a series of steps that help us make sense of the data. First, we detect potential signals. Then we validate them, prioritize what needs attention, assess the risks, and make recommendations. Finally, this leads to regulatory action, ensuring safety stays front and center. Here, we see a breakdown of reported events for two drug categories, Drug A and other drugs. The table shows how many times an event was reported versus no event. Using these numbers, we can calculate the reporting odds ratio, or ROR. This measure helps us detect signals, potential safety concerns, by comparing the odds of an event occurring with one drug against others. It's a key step in analyzing data from our database to spot patterns worth investigating further. Let's take a closer look at risk management plans, or RMPs. As outlined in GVP Module V, an RMP has several key components. First, the safety specification. This identifies known risks, potential risks, and any gaps in information. Then the pharmacovigilance plan, which details routine and extra safety activities to monitor these risks. Finally, risk minimization measures, things like product labeling, educational materials, and controlled access programs. The goal here is clear: reduce risks while preserving the therapeutic benefits of the product. Now, let's talk about periodic safety reporting. This is how we keep a constant check on the safety of a product or process over time. It's not a one-time thing, it's ongoing. We gather data regularly, analyze it carefully, and share the findings with the right people. This helps us spot any emerging risks early and take action before problems grow. It's a vital part of keeping everyone safe and informed. Now, let's focus on the quality assurance framework. This is the backbone that ensures everything we deliver meets the highest standards. It's about more than just checking boxes. It's a systematic approach to maintaining consistency, catching issues early, and continuously improving. With a solid framework in place, we build trust, reduce risks, and make sure our work truly stands out. Quality isn't accidental, it's designed. Let's talk about preventive measures that keep us ahead of the curve. Internal audits help us catch issues early, while continuous training ensures everyone stays sharp. Compliance monitoring and automated safety systems add extra layers of protection. Being inspection-ready means understanding common regulatory findings, like delayed ADR submissions, incomplete reports, or poor documentation. We also need to watch signal management closely, maintain our safety files properly, and keep training records up to date. These steps help us avoid pitfalls and stay compliant. Let's wrap up with the key takeaways on good pharmacovigilance practices. These practices give us the framework to keep drugs safe throughout their entire life cycle. At the core, we're managing adverse events, detecting signals, handling risks, reporting in aggregate, and ensuring quality oversight. Staying compliant with global guidelines, from EMA to FDA and WHO, is non-negotiable. Timely reporting, strong signal management, and effective risk plans are vital to protect patients. Using quantitative metrics helps us make evidence-based decisions. Altogether, a mature system boosts compliance, inspection readiness, and public trust. Thanks for joining me today. If you want to dive deeper or have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I appreciate your time and attention, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Thank you. This video was created with SlideSpeak. Visit SlideSpeak to turn your presentations into engaging AI-narrated videos.